Hello, you guys. How is everyone doing? How's everybody doing? No, my phone wants to start going off. As if. You guys, we've already passed half of the year. Past half of the year. Like, this year has just moved so freaking fast. Hey, the Black Barbie. How come I don't see your mod stick, Black Barbie? Hey, Clarinetta. Miss Clarinetta. Oh, I need to eat me something. I will in a minute. I'll make me a lettuce wrap. Yeah, I finally found that Dano seasoning a market at a market at Italian market that's by my house, and I think I'm gonna go online and order the rest of them because when I tasted it, because I like to taste seasoning first to see if it's too salty, I can't use it. It's not too salty, and it really does have a bit of a garlicky flavor. I like that. Um, Dot again says he might see 50 years tomorrow. Listen, I always said that if the verdict is quick, it may not be good for him. I don't know, but normally when they come back with a quick verdict and it's been like 24 hours, that's pretty quick. They're holding out on one verdict. Somebody is holding out. It may not be good for him. Now, he could very well be acquitted. But I'm just saying, normally when they come back with a quick verdict, it's not good for the defendant. Hey, but it could definitely be the other way around. I don't know. So a lot of people think he's gonna get off. I don't know. They've reached. Mm, mm. Yeah, I'm eating like some soda crackers, like the mini ones. But yeah, I don't know. If I had to guess, and I'm just guessing, just based on how quick they came back, I would say if we're gonna look at history, that it's probably gonna be a guilty verdict. It may not be guilty on all charges. It's just interesting. Now, how long is it gonna take that person who is holding out to fold? I agree to Black Barbie. It tickles me when I I hear people say that people just want to see a black man get taken down, and I mean some it's I mean all of the people that P Diddy took down, all of the lives that he screwed over. And y'all know what people would say? They'll justify that. Y'all know what they say? Oh, it's just business. Now those were damn human beings, just like Diddy black ass was or is. Bliss one says she don't think the feds proved their case. Some people are saying that too, Bliss one. So I guess it's just kind of split down the middle. Some people saying they don't think that the feds proved their case. Some people saying they think that the feds did prove their case. If it's a hung, well, it's not a hung jury. They just can't decide on one charge. So if you're gonna put it, if they're gonna judge everything solely based on Cassidy, what was her name? Cassidy. Then you know, I think they were able to. Well, he definitely had some type of control over her. I don't know what to think about that situation. He had a lot of power. He did put fear in her. I don't know. That's kind of because young women will develop Stockholm syndrome. Stockholm syndrome. That's right. Her name is Cassie. Thank you, Adrena. I think what I say, Cassidy. Um, sometimes young women will develop Stockholm syndrome, but I would never want to. Me being a lady, me being a woman, I never want to discredit another woman or try and say what their pain is or isn't, because I am a woman. And so I'm very sensitive to issues that we have, the things that we go through. Um, but would Cassie have put up with that if Diddy wasn't rich? I guess we have to look at it from every angle, right? We have to look at it from every angle. Positive Vibe says she think Cassie is the one that put the nail in his coffin. So do you all think that Cassie proved her case, or do you all think yes? And you're welcome to see. Do you all think that Cassie proved her case, or do you all think that Cassie, the deciding factor, Cassie may have been the one with her testimony to help him to get off? What do you all think? Do you all think that her testimony was damaging to him or her? Oh no, y'all. Hmm. Just history shows that when they come back quickly with the verdict, it's not good for the defendant. Now, they came back like Friday, I would say Diddy probably is gonna go home. But less than 24 hours, It might not be good for him, y'all. I'm just saying. And somebody may be holding out because they're not comfortable with throwing away the key on him. Or maybe they want their charge thrown out and somebody is not comfortable with a charge him being acquitted on a charge. Oh, Friday court is closed for the 4th of July. um and then the jurors will have to what, go back on Monday? I agree, positive vibes. She wouldn't. I'm interested. How many of you all feel like that Diddy should be acquitted? How many people feel like he should be acquitted? It's okay, and there's no judgment in here. We all have our own opinions about stuff. But how many people thinks that he should be acquitted? Those in the bushes can participate. I'm not gonna jump you. Nobody's gonna get mad at you. Everybody has a right to their own opinion. Okay, Tierney says she thinks that he should be acquitted. JT says he thinks that he should be acquitted. There go JT. Look, y'all, I was asking, I was like, where JT been at? JT ain't been in here messing with me about Trump. Miss T Diddy did so much evil things to his artist employees. He's well deserving of everything to come to him, coming to him. I mean, Adrena, I feel the same way. I do, y'all. I feel the same way. I feel like Diddy did so many people dirty. Okay, he said he's at work. Angel says he needs to go to jail. He was doing way too much. Dot again says one juror is holding out, but the Allen charge means that the jury has come to a unanimous verdict according to the. You better close your mouth. TB21 says, I don't think so. Guilty or not guilty, they would have to do it all over if they don't agree. Yeah. So if they can't agree on all charges, that means that they can't convict him on any of them, right? That means if they would consider it a hung jury. And I don't think that they're going to retry him. If they get a hung jury, I don't think they're going to retry him. Dot again says Diddy should have quit. I don't, you know what? I don't mean no harm. I think even if he's acquitted, he's not going to stop. Because you hear some of those people that's sitting in the courtroom with him says that Diddy is, he's sitting in that courtroom looking like he's not remorseful and looking like if I get off on this, I'm still going to get your ass. All people got to is respect God, then you will come up. I agree. I agree with you. I agree. So, I get to thinking about Cassie. Do you all think that Cassie would have? Do you all think that Cassie was in fear of? Do y'all think she was afraid of Diddy? Because I'm trying to figure out what is the crime that he committed against her. Other than domestic violence, which is wrong, of course. Let me just say that. If he gets off, he better set his crazy tail down. No, too money motivated. He gave her that. Hello? Hey, listen, my mother had called in, and then when I got on live, why don't you come into the chat? You want me to send you the link? And you can come, so you can come into the chat. We talk about Diddy. Well, when you get back to the house, come into the chat. I'll still be on. Yeah, I talked to my mother for a few minutes, and I got on live to talk about Diddy. You didn't. You didn't. Okay. Uh, yeah, she is. She good. No, I'm not. I had a live schedule, but come and sit in the bushes. You don't even have to say nothing for probably like a couple of hours. Yeah. Mhm. No, you didn't. And yeah, my mother is good. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. Bye bye. Okay, yeah. Anyway, child, that's one of my best friends. It says kidnap and extortion. I wish he would, but I wish he could come into the chat and and give some commentary on Diddy, but I know he can't. Y'all hit the like button. Make sure you guys hit the like button for me, okay? Make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe. Positive vibes. What you put your eyes in there for? um. Anyways, you guys, I now he was just calling me back because I was talking to him, and then my mom clicked in, and I forgot he was on the other line, and he was like, "Was your mother okay?" We've been friends for 25 years, child. 25. And I told him, why don't you come into the chat? So, oh boy, her tone and her voice got it did not, Steven. Steven telling the story. He was like, well, I I can't come in there and comment on nothing like that. I said, you don't have to come in, just come in and be in the bushes. Anyways, you guys, so We was talking about the Diddy's verdict too. We was on the phone. That's what we was talking about, and he kind of think that Diddy is gonna be found guilty too. You know, just based on how quick the verdict is. It could go either way. He thinks that they're going to acquit him on some though. Well, it's possible, but because the verdict was so quick, usually it's a guilty verdict. So that's usually. I don't know if it's going to be. Hold on, let me turn the phone on. Here it is, right here. Y'all, let me turn the phone on. Now put the number up. Give it a few minutes to charge. It's coming on now. Um, Tamarion says she thinks it's going to be a mistrial. Hold on. Okay, JT, you could call in. Folks be calling me on this phone, and it don't never be on. What's 730 area code, y'all? People be calling this phone. It don't be on. 730 area code. Um, Southern Illinois. Hey, this is Tamara. Hello?
Hey, what's up, Tamara?
What's up?
Hey, yeah, this JT. I'm in this truck, so I'm a truck driver. So.
Oh, his phone hung up. Call back. Steven, don't start. Don't start. See, Hayes says, hey, Miss T, the way Gotti got Glorilla 2 and 100 shows in 30 days, they can get him for traffic. Hey, JT.
Okay, what's up, Tamara? I don't know if you can you hear me because I am in this truck.
I can hear you, but your phone hung up before, but I can hear you real good.
Oh, yeah, I'm in the Arkansas booms out. So I'm here to back in episode, but look.
It ain't nothing but trees around there, anywhere in Arkansas.
Yeah, a bunch of fields and a bunch of cows and mooses and all that. But look, Tamara, hey, as far as this Diddy trial is concerned, and you asked me, what was your question? Who wants him to get off? I want him to get off simply, Tamara, because of the reason he's in jail. I mean, you brought up a good point when you said, why is he in jail other than what he did to Cassidy? on that video in 2016. And I mean, you got two women. You got Cassie and Jane Doe, 50 Cent baby mama. Man, you know both of those women, they were complicit in that. I mean, come on now.
Mm-hmm.
And them girls, they just didn't want to leave that lifestyle. So, I mean, they tolerated whatever he had to dish out.
Yeah.
I mean, did you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, especially with 50 Cent's baby's mother. With Cassie, yeah. See, I'm torn because I don't want for nobody to be saying I feel like the way he beat her and stuff. That was absolutely wrong. You see what I mean?
Well, I only saw that one time when they were fighting. Now I don't know if they had any other films of him fighting her and doing that, and I'm not trying to condone that at all. But I mean, they didn't want to give up their lifestyle. That's how come they put up with whatever they put up with.
I mean, I would agree with that. I feel like Cassie, if Diddy had not been as rich as he was, I don't think she would have tolerated that. But then I guess you have to think about people say now Diddy send folks to shoot up your the dude you dating like he did. He sent folks to the guy house and did something to his dog, and they say his dog hadn't been the same since. And I mean, he did all these things to intimidate people.
But you know what, though, Tamara? I mean, because we don't know this man. That's a lot of what he said, she said. I mean, you know, I mean, because you can put allegations on pretty much anyone. I mean, that don't make it factual, though. And I mean, it's not like I'm just trying to just hope that the man get up. I mean, just think about it. I mean, this would almost set a new precedent for any of the men. And it looks like they always applying all these new laws to the black men. They pretty much gonna come after you, and you gonna come after him pretty much for just having a big orgy, pretty much almost. I mean, that's almost the bottom line.
But were they forced to do it? Were they intimidated?
I mean,
were they coerced into doing it? And when I say coerced, like if you don't do it, or you ain't get ready to work again, you ain't get ready to have a job in this business no more.
Okay, well, see, that goes back to what I just said, Tamara. That's he said, she said. We don't know that, so they just don't take her word. And they done call both of them girls up there on the stand, committing perjury. Both of them got caught in lies. So we gonna take their account of everything. And I know they told P. Diddy not to get on the stand, but I'm gonna be real with you. I think, for my life, I would have got up there.
Those those prosecutors would have ripped them a new asshole too. I'm serious.
If you tell the truth, I don't think they can do it. Can they?
Well, but they can make you. They could shake you up so bad. A real good lawyer can, even if you tell them the truth, they can rip you up so bad it can make you look like you lying.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look. Let me ask you this also, Tamara. Okay, they got this man charged with a RICO, right? I mean, who are his co-conspirators?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, don't say Jane Doe and don't say Cassie, because both of those people, I mean, they are listed as victims. I mean, who they protecting? I mean, they have they named anyone other than those two females as far as I mean, as his co-conspirators in his conspiracy or their RICO?
No, not that I know of.
I mean, it's really just a mess. It's just, I don't know.
It is, like I said, I'm torn.
I'm like this though, Tamara. I mean, as a black man, I mean, if you convict that man on that BS, you gonna start pretty much, man, coming to everybody's bedroom and putting charges on them for all that old mess. It's just like these men, if they meet a girl and she in California, and you fly her to Memphis, and y'all do whatever y'all gonna do, and you take her shopping. So you sex trafficking. That's pretty much almost what they saying. I can't pay for her plane ticket. I can't pay for her bus ticket or her train ticket. I'm flying.
I think it's a little different with Diddy because they're saying that people was being drugged.
I haven't heard about drugs. I ain't heard them prove that anything about no drugs though. Because the white guy that got up there and testified, he pretty much almost was testifying for P. Diddy. So I don't know, Tamara. It's the way they're gonna look at this stuff. But personally, the way I see it and the way I've been listening to these people, different podcasts, when they coming out, it's almost like they trying to railroad him. I don't know. He pissed off the wrong person. They coming out to him with pretty much a little bit of no evidence, and I'm still trying to figure how you gonna get a conspiracy with one person. I now tell me you been off in the law. Now tell me how you gonna get a conspiracy with one person. I thought a conspiracy was when you plotting up on somebody and you planning something. I mean, who are they?
Well, I think there were also other factors that they say they brought in too, that he was drugging these people. People were being drugged. Because people were saying how Diddy always put something in the liquor.
They were also saying that
and that's definitely against the law.
I mean, you know, if that was the case, I haven't heard anyone mention anything about that. I heard them saying at first, when they first brought the case to trial, that, you know, he had entertainers on the videos, that they had kids on the videos. I mean, I ain't heard them bring up none of that yet.
Well, I think some charges got thrown out.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the way that they sensationalized everything with this trial. Like I said, you know, he pissed off the wrong person, you know, and they coming after him. I don't know what he did, but I think any normal person, they wouldn't even about these charges. You ain't gonna get no RICO out of this. You ain't gonna get no RICO not out of this. You know, because, I mean, you know, he don't have any co-conspirators. Unless they protected somebody. You think they protected somebody?
No.
I mean, they have to be. I mean, that's something to think about, though. I mean, you know, if you're gonna conspire, you have to name. I thought they always said.
Well, let me ask you something. Why you think that he didn't have any witnesses as far as the defense to come in there and speak on his behalf?
You know, I wondered about that, but they said the defense. I mean, they said his attorney felt like the prosecution didn't pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
Well, right. So that's
they didn't prove their case.
So if they felt like that, they still need to come and have people in there to talk about the character of the Sean Combs that they know, which would have been totally different. If they're saying he's totally different from what the prosecutors are saying, you still bring in, because you don't know what's the deciding factors for the jury. So why didn't they have witnesses for him to come in and dispute or else give? This is not the Sean. This is the Sean Combs I know. Now this man is known all over the world by everybody. He is a A-list celebrity, or he was. Why couldn't he get like one celebrity?
Well, I think, you know, when it be cases like this, I think everybody want to stay out the way, because I think they be intimidated and think the government gonna come after them. But I do agree with you on what you just stated, though. I think he should at least brought some character witnesses, if nothing else. Somebody to speak up on his behalf. I mean, you know, but, you know, from what they were saying, they said attorneys feel like the prosecution didn't prove their case. And I honestly think he may get convicted of the prostitution charge, the crossing the state line. But I was looking at dude, and he was talking about he didn't leave out of New York. He was on somebody's show talking it. Dude that called himself the Punisher, the one with the mask on. It's a mess, time. I think if they want you to be guilty, you're gonna be guilty. So but we'll see though. And O.J. Simpson, his trial, he got acquitted in 4 hours. So we can't go by how long it took for them to already come up with these.
You sure it was 4 hours?
They said 4 hours.
I watched. Now I'm an expert. I think it was. It might have been something like 4 days.
I could when they said 4 hours. They said the jury deliberated for 4 hours, and they came back with their verdict.
I'm gonna have to revisit that because I think it took several days with OJ.
Yeah. So, but I guess if I was on the jury, I couldn't convict him on the RICO. Maybe on the other charge for dealing with the trafficking. I don't know. It's just something. I don't know. I just think, man, that the laws are changing, and that it's gonna be a new precedent if they convicted dude for this BS. That's just bottom line, though. I ain't gonna hold you line, Tamara. I know they probably got somebody else calling, and because I got all this feedback in the truck, and I know you probably getting tired of hearing all this engine noise in the background.
Okay, no problem. It is saying 4 hours. I thought it took. I thought it took several days.
Yeah, because they was talking about that, on some other podcast I was looking at. It was like the Simpsons, he got acquitted in 4 hours. So, because I was just looking at all the facts, you really got. If you believe what they say, he guilty. If you believe what them girls say, he guilty. If you question any of that, what they talking about, okay, that's the reasonable doubt. And people need to realize it only takes one jury, just like you said, for it to be a mistrial.
So let me ask you this before I let you go. Why do you think that Diddy is on trial for? Why do you think they put him on trial?
Why do I think they put Diddy on trial? But you know what, Tamara? Just like they did OJ when he got off on the on that first charge, and they wanted him, and they gave him all the additional time when he got back in trouble again for going to get his own merchandise. I think Diddy kind of had a conflict with the wrong person, like they said when he was sponsoring that alcohol Ciroc. And I can't think of the guy who they said owned that liquor company, but they said Diddy was a billionaire, but you going against somebody who got 15, 20 billion. So they making you look like a welfare case, and you cross him, and he just knew people in high places. And I don't think that you'll see them spending resources like that again. And it's not like Cameron, like I said, he had kids, because people try to compare it to R. Kelly. R. Kelly got convicted for dealing with minors. I ain't heard them say anything about no minors in this case. I heard really Cassie and Jane Doe. And this other girl, it was another lady who was a sister, but all this talking about he held somebody by their ankles upside down. Man, look, I took 2 gallons of water, and I stayed upstairs, and I put in each hand. I couldn't even hold a gallon of water in each hand for no more than 2 or 3 minutes. And you got a grown woman holding her upside down on the 17th floor? Come on now, Tamara.
I don't think they say Diddy did it. They say his security did it, right?
No, they said he did it. She said she testified that Diddy held her upside down. She said she was on the 17th floor. Cassie said she was at an apartment. See, that's when she committed perjury, when they tried to get the case through out then. But the judge just kind of seems like he kind of biased too. They trying to railroad dude. You know what I'm saying? He messed with the wrong people. And they coming after him full steam ahead. But like I said, Tamara, if they convict this dude, man, everybody with money, like I said, if you gonna bring your girlfriend across state lines and you pay for it, and and y'all do whatever y'all gonna do, and you take her shopping, they almost saying like this sex trafficking. I don't know if I agree with that or not. And I don't know if you heard about this for the drug distribution. They said they calling this distribution. If I light a joint and I hit it and I give it to my girlfriend and she puff up gives back, they said I just distributed drugs to her. Now that's insane.
I hadn't heard that.
So, I mean, well, that's what they say. I mean, like I said, I would listen to a different podcast and how people, you know what I'm saying? They gave it, they calling it drug distribution. I mean, I don't know if that's true or not, but if that's true, tell me that's crazy.
But now, it is illegal though to patronize prostitution, and he did pay for sex workers.
Well, if you been following the trial, dude said Kathy always paid him. Hey, camera, ask everybody in the chat. That bald head dude, the college at the Punisher. Dude said, they asked him, man, who you get the money from? Dude said, Cassie always paid me.
So you think it was You think it was Cassie's? You think it was Cassie's idea to have those sex workers up in there?
I mean, come on now. I mean, didn't want no food. Now he know how to do it without getting his hands dirty.
But do you think that Cassie having sex with those sex workers? Do you think that it was her idea, or do you think it was Diddy's idea?
You asking me, do I think it was her choice? That's what you asking me?
I'm asking you, who idea do you think it was to have them sex workers up in there? Do you think it was Diddy's idea or Cassie's idea?
I think it was both. I think she was complicit. She was with it. She was with it because if she wasn't with it, why she didn't just leave him? She left. Let me see. They said when she left, when she went home to her mama, but she came back. Man, them girls didn't want to give up their lifestyle. You driving, you in the best car, you living, you traveling everywhere you want to go. You at the hotel, you got unlimited amount of resources. They ain't want to give up their lifestyle. And then, the giant dough girl, a.k.a. 50 Cent baby mama, she getting $10,000, you know what I'm saying, to do what she want to do. I think both of them girls like to go, man. But I mean, if he really just dogged them the way they said he dogged them, yeah, okay, send him to jail. But that case got a lot of reason, but I doubt it. That's all I'm saying.
Well, if that's all it takes is reasonable doubt.
That's all it takes is reasonable doubt, But if he did it, tell me, if I was 100% certain that he did them girls and he dogged them out like that, okay, lock him up. You see what I'm saying? But, they done both of them got caught lying on the witness stand. And I thought when you get caught on the witness stand lying, that's called perjury and they lock you up. But I guess not. That's not who they want. That's not who they want. They want him.
Do you think he's gonna be found guilty?
Do I think he's gonna be found? Not on every charge. I do not think he's gonna be found guilty on the RICO. But on the other 3 or 4, they said they already came to a conclusion with it. I think out of those 4, he probably get charged with 2 of them.
Okay.
So the RICO, I say no. The other 2 that they already deliberated on, I say out of those 4, he gonna get convicted of 2 or found guilty. And your boy Cameron gonna let him go. Your boy gonna let him go. He gonna make that phone call. He letting everybody else go. So you donate. He donated $50 million to his presidential fund. He gonna, you know what I'm saying? He gonna give me walking papers.
I don't think Trump messing with them.
I mean, they got all kind of pictures when they was buddies.
I know, but then they turn around and stab him in the back for Kamala.
Okay, now watch this, Kamala. Then they just let him go for pretty much the same thing that P Diddy going to trial on. Trump here doesn't go count for sex charges. Matter of fact, he got found guilty. He's still walking around. Am I right or wrong? That was he had sex charges.
Well, he is still walking around.
34 counts. Trump had 34 counts of sex charges and was found guilty, and he's still sitting up in the White House.
Mm.
Now, P. Diddy got these two girls, and I think, and people always hollering about don't bring the race card in. Man, look, when was the last time a bunch of white people let a black person go? So they knew what they were doing when they were picking that jury. They knew what they were doing when they kicked that black guy off the jury. Because they felt like he was going to deadlock the jury.
Well, somebody done deadlocked it now.
I just think the RICO charge like a camera. Now you've been in the law field. Now camera, the RICO charge you need more than one person. I mean, I'm gonna stand on that. So that's what they deadlocked on. The rest of the charges they didn't already agreed on. Now we don't know if they get or not guilty, but they agreed on the other four charges. But the RICO is trash. They want to do that because they want to take his money. They want to take his assets.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Now, I don't think that's right.
Okay. Well, I got other people calling in. I appreciate you calling in and giving your opinion.
I appreciate it, Tammy. You take care.
Okay, hon. Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye. Y'all, the number is up on the screen. Those that was calling in can call back. It's 901-667-0119. Apply now. Y'all, make sure y'all hit the like button, okay? So, there are some people. I mean, I think people are divided. You know, everybody has their own opinion, and some people think that he's gonna walk, some don't. Hello.
Man, finally, it's some common sense calling to the show because I don't know what that was. Like, people don't need daughters. That's all I say. I got a daughter. I wouldn't want my daughter to be with nobody like that dude who just got off the phone. Good Lord, man.
Well, he got his own opinion. Everybody got a right to their own opinion.
This is the thing with black men, especially, and I see it now more than ever. Like I heard Boosie say some stuff. Like anytime I hear a black man say it ain't nothing but domestic violence, like I question them as human beings because why would you say stuff like? I'm not saying he said. I'm saying Boosie said that. Other people, other black dudes are saying it's just domestic violence.
Well, you think about people like Boosie and them probably are used to. You know, they probably. So if Lil Boosie said it, you know, they like to minimize it because if you see the lifestyle that Boosie and them have, they kind of do everything. I think Boosie and them probably hasn't been at them freak parties or whatever. Boosie just all of a sudden changed, I think, because they stopped supporting him.
Boosie trying to get them charges dropped. Boosie eventually going to prison. He can say what he want to say. He eventually he can dance. He can shuck and jive. He can jigaboo. He can do all the stuff he wants. Eventually they're gonna get him because that's just who and how he is. But about this case, this is what I know. I'm gonna give you facts. My opinion doesn't matter. I'm gonna give you facts. Fact one: Cassie took $20 million because she asked for it. She took the money and got out there anyway. She didn't have to do it. She could have said no. So that lets you know the lady, she could have perjured herself. Why would you take $20 million and then risk perjuring yourself going to prison? For one. So just so people know that. For two, those hookers, basically, those male hookers, they all said they saw Diddy whoop up on this lady, make her have sex while she was drugged. This is literally kidnapping. You can't do that. It's coercion. He used her contract against her to make her do stuff. She put out one album. She's got a 10-album deal. Her first album didn't do nothing. Like, this is common sense. These are facts. You sign somebody to a deal, you're supposed to put their music out. He held her music back. We know this. She wrote hundreds of songs. They put out 3. What are other hundreds of? Where they at? Like, these are facts. Not only that, they bribed the security guard at the hotel. That's against the law. You paid the man. The man said he got $100,000 from you. This is literally bribery. This is not an opinion. This is a fact. They kept a backup copy in the event that they would need this one day, and guess what? They needed it. They proved it. They proved 2 predicate acts of the RICO. they're going to find him guilty of at least two of the charges tomorrow. That carries a minimum of 15 years for each charge. The judge can give him at 40 if he wants to, a piece. But he's got to give him at least 15. This is what I think happened. They found him guilty of all 4 charges. The RICO, they have to go back and come to a unanimous decision. They have no choice. Because the courts are closed on the 3rd. The judge said, I will open the courthouse on the 3rd, make you all come in if you all don't have a verdict. Those people ain't trying to be on the 3rd. So anybody saying, I don't think it's a black man, all this, man, ain't got nothing, man. Diddy had a label full of black men as artists. He did them all wrong. It ain't got nothing to do with being black. The wrong is wrong. It don't matter what race you are. Wrong is wrong. Like, I don't know why people are having a hard time looking at the facts. Like, you can Google the transcript. You can Google this stuff. My opinion does not matter. What are the facts? The prosecution tore them up with the facts. Diddy's own mama didn't even get up there as a character witness. That's to tell you something. His own mama. Like, stop. We gotta stop this, man. Like, I'm a dog in the fight, but golly, man, at least present the facts. Take your opinion out of it. The man did wrong. Other people have done it too, but other people ain't on trial. This is Sean Combs versus the Fed, not Sean Combs versus Cassidy Ventura. It's not that hard. It ain't. What are the facts? He said Kid Cudi's car on fire. The police said they ran the plates of the vehicle that left Kid Cudi's house. The plates ran back to Bad Boy Entertainment. That was Diddy. He set the man car on fire. These are facts. Forget my opinion. What are the facts? The feds don't miss. Like, I don't know how hard this is. He beat the woman up, extorted her, trafficked her, and he drug trafficked. He had these people under, like, subjection with drugs and coercion. These are facts, not my opinion. Shut up, Remy. These are facts. Like, what are we doing? Not you, Sam. So if you're going to call in, at least use your common sense. What are we doing as black people to say this, well, Diddy should walk because of, and Trump ain't going to let this man off. Why would he do that? Like, I don't get it, man. I'm almost ashamed to be black sometimes, listening to some black people. It don't make sense, especially dudes. Like, good grief, man. What are we doing?
Well, one thing for sure, the verdict is going to be in. I think the verdict. I think it'll be in tomorrow. I think they're going to deliberate all through the night, and it'll be in tomorrow. And
they're going to get them, Sam. They got no choice.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it. Let's just use our common sense. All that real dude, let real N words out. No, man. Wrong is wrong and right is right. Like this, man, we our own worst enemy sometimes with the stuff we say. I'm embarrassed, man. It's unbelievable. I'm out.
All right. Bye-bye. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button for me. I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. If you haven't hit the like button, please do hit the like button. Okay, like, share, and subscribe. We're definitely on verdict watch. They have come up with a decision on 4 charges. They haven't on one of the charges. Okay, so it's going to be interesting. Hold on one second, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button for me. Please like, please share, please subscribe. Please like, share, and subscribe. Y'all, I'm going to have to sit up because when I start laying down, I get sleepy. And it's cold in my house. Hey, Diane. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to look up see if there have been any updates. Now, what I wanted to do, what I was looking at too, where Gene Deal, hey Kim, where Gene Deal was getting emotional because Diddy had asked some folks to to take Gene Deal out. And so Gene Deal had gotten emotional. He was on the Art of Dialogue. Hold on, let me see if I can pull that up. So he asked some people to take him out, but they didn't. Hush. Shit. Hold on, y'all. Here it is right here, you guys.
I feel so confident thanks to Weight Loss by Hers. I'm down to my goal weight. My friends
he addressed the fact that Diddy had asked some folks to take him out.
I can't forget this. I can't forget this. I will not forget this, bro. Because, see, if y'all not from the streets of Harlem, or y'all don't know my story, y'all won't understand why I went so hard at dude. Yes, it's because D. Ferg. Yes, it's because of Wolf Mother. Yes, it's because some of the shit that I know behind the scenes. But it came to life. Thank you, Roger Bonds, for putting it out there. It came to life for y'all. It came to life for y'all that this dude wanted me dead way before I came to YouTube. Because I was having meetings with serious dudes in the street. And he refused to sit down. So what did he do? He tell his security team. He didn't tell the NYPD officers. He didn't tell the Department of Correction officers. He didn't tell none of the parole officers or anybody he had working for him that was officers. He told street dudes who had did dirt in the street. When y'all see Gene, y'all do him dirty. Y'all beat him up. He ain't tell him to beat me up. What I look like getting beat up? What a grown man look like? Somebody smacking him around, hitting him and all this shit like that. I ain't taking no ass whooping. I ain't took an ass whooping since the doctor spanked me on my fucking ass. I ain't took an ass whooping since my mama and my daddy. When they stopped taking it, I guess I'm got amnesia. I don't know what an ass whooping look like or feel like. What do you look like telling somebody to whoop my ass? He didn't tell him that. He wanted me in the dirt and was trying to rock me to sleep. He knew where I was at. Everybody knew on Fridays or Saturday nights, Sunday nights, you could catch me at Sue's Rendezvous in front of the door. Uncle Paulie seen him plenty of times up there. Everybody knew I ran and took care around with K. Slade. Puff came to the Kingdom basketball tournament. I ran the security there. Send me a wad of money like this. Paul came on and said, yo, Gene, Puff wants you to have this, man. He said, give the security something, you take the rest. I said, man, take that shit the fuck up out of here. You can't give me a dime for that nigga. I know Paul cuffed that shit. Don't care. Me and Jewel was in Sin City, one of the top strip clubs in the Bronx. He sent 5 bottles of champagne over to my table. I looked at Jewel. He's the CEO of Felon Magazine. I said, nigga, you ballin', yeah. He was like, nigga, I thought you bought that. I ain't bought. Yo, waitress. Yo. I ain't do. Oh, Puff sent this over to your table, Gene. I said, send that shit back. Jewel said, I'm drinking that shit and start popping and passing it to dudes around there. I left from the area and got my own table. You not rocking me to sleep. You never rocked me to sleep. Though I worked for you, you wasn't doing no dirty shit. That's why my days was with you when you had your kids. Because you knew you couldn't do that dirty shit around me. And that's a good judgment on your behalf. Roger Barnes got on that show and said, yo, we seen Gene plenty of times. But we knew Puff was a piece of shit. And we had to live in Harlem. That's because we know the same people. When Roger Barnes talk to people about me, they gonna say, Gene a stand-up dude. Gene was all right, bro. If you do something to Gene, you're gonna have to deal with Chaz, you're gonna have to deal with Slick, you're gonna have to deal with Cage people, you're gonna have to deal with a whole lot of people that love that nigga. And that's the politics of Harlem. Roger Barnes know the politics of Harlem. So you have a homo cats out there right now that's talking all that shit. Gene paid his dues. Because I came here and talked about the character of this dude who wanted me dead. I been knew that. He ain't saying nothing I didn't know. Y'all could find somebody else to play with. That goes to show you what kind of dude this is. Instead of coming to the table to say fucking Big and Tupac, he said fuck it. This is the kind of character that y'all out here saying that y'all standing up for. People are still alive. Eric B, Big D, Suge Knight. They was gonna split this East Coast, West Coast before fucking Big was dead. He wouldn't even send a fucking representative to the fucking table. Not a table that he ate off of. The table that he got his millions from is having his ass for dessert. No Diddy.
I don't know what to say. He said that they tried to squash that beef before those two icons was killed, and that was Tupac and that was Diddy. I mean Tupac and Biggie. I always, when Tupac and Biggie was killed, even back in the 90s, I was looking at those documentaries. I always had an interest in what happened. Gene Deal was saying even back then, without saying it, that he knew that they was gonna take Biggie out, okay, and he got intel on it. He tried to do something about it, and in so many words, he always said Diddy knew that somebody had to die after Tupac was killed, and he basically was saying that he felt like Diddy took Biggie to LA for them to do um Biggie in, because he knew it was gonna be him or Biggie, and he took Biggie, and I can't believe it. Um, now I don't want anybody to ever be convicted of crimes that they did not do. But y'all, I've been saying this from the beginning. I don't mean no harm, but I don't give a damn about what they're doing to Diddy. Diddy has ruined a lot of lives. That man is a troubled person. He is the author of confusion. Okay? He is. He's the author of confusion. And so, hey, he, when I think about all of the black men whose lives that Diddy have helped to ruin, just because he had the power to do it, is I don't know how to feel sorry for him. I don't. Even before social media was a big thing, there were things that we could not find out. But when social media started becoming a big thing, we were able to start hearing and seeing more. People was slowly coming out, and they were silencing them when he was still in with the elites, because they control the media, right? So they were silencing these people who was brave enough to try and at least put their story out about some of the things that Diddy had done to them. I'm talking about as far as like bad contracts, beating up his producers in the studio, just so much stuff, right? It's one thing when it's consensual. It's another thing when you are coerced into it because of intimidation or whatever. The thing about Cassie is I'm kind of torn, because I don't agree with no man putting his hands on any woman. But at the same time, I think that Cassie, um she indulged in a lot of this stuff because of the lifestyle that he was affording her. And when I heard that after she got married, she still went back and had relations with Diddy. She cheated on her husband. At this point, she was away from him. So to me, that may have you know demolished the whole um what's the word that I'm looking for? They may have demolished the whole narrative that you know, he had her trapped. So I don't know, y'all. I just, I don't know. I don't know. Gene know what he talking about to me. Yeah, I mean, get him for what he did, and I don't think he should be charged for what he didn't do. You know, so I don't agree with that. Yeah, make sure y'all hit the like button. So I don't know, but like I said, everybody has a difference of opinion. Everybody's opinion is respected. Nobody has to agree with what my opinion is. Of course, nobody has to agree with that. I really, encourage everybody to speak up. State what it is that they feel about this. Cypress probably asleep. He's probably asleep. Yeah. That's true, Diane. You have to think about all these people that just wanted to get into the industry. And this man, he was the gatekeeper. They couldn't get into the industry unless they participated, a lot of them, in his rituals. I do believe that he was doing these humiliation rituals, and he took a lot of um pride in doing it. So it's honestly hard for me to feel sorry for him, but those things that he did not do, I don't want him to be um convicted on. And those things that he did do, I do. Mm. And I feel like charging him with the RICO Act is kind of rocking the boat. So maybe the jury will come back with something by tomorrow. Hmm. But like I said, some people feel like that he'll get off some. Some feel like he. Yeah, I promise you, I did not get this sleepy until I got on air. I've had a long day today though. Um, I got a choice to make some coffee, to try to stay on for 30 more minutes, or go to bed. And it ain't but even but 9 o'clock, and my body tired like that. Mario says if they would have just charged him and gave him the max, cool, because every charge means a life for them, sentence for them. Mm. Anyways, you guys, I got to get off. I'm sleepy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get on. See, because I'm getting ready to go to bed right now. I'm gonna get up early in the morning. I see people upset, but look at all them people like Jaguar Wright who was saying stuff, that the Adrian English girl who was saying she was at Diddy party. None of them was a witness in court. Well, Jaguar Wright, because of her history, she wouldn't have been a credible witness. Whether she's telling the truth or not, she would not have been a credible witness at all. So basically, they would have ripped that apart based on her mental history, her medical history. So I mean, the defense would have ripped everything that she said apart. So, anyways, y'all. He said so many people lied on Diddy saying he did so much. TMZ made a full document. Well, exposing the truth, I don't think they lied on him. I don't believe they lied on him. Anyways, y'all, I'm gonna have to get on here tomorrow. Okay. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later.